Do you ever feel like manifestation is just another thing on your to-do list that you don't have time for? Like your spiritual practice is something that you have to do? Honestly, you're not alone because I felt that way too. Something that's really changed my relationship with manifestation is blending it into my lifestyle so that no matter what I'm doing, I'm also manifesting. I call this manifestation as a lifestyle, and it's single-handedly made the entire manifestation journey more enjoyable for me, and I've seen my desires show up with a lot more ease. Manifesting as a lifestyle has made manifestation go from feeling like a task to something I just naturally do because it's who I am. If you'd like to learn more about this, I've created a step-by-step guide for you. I'll link it in my show notes so you can check it out. You're listening to the Affirmation Addict podcast with Pyle Corley. This podcast will teach you about the power of affirmations while making manifestation easy and accessible for you in order to enhance your spiritual consciousness. Thank you so much for being here, and now it's time to get started. Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the Affirmation Addict podcast. My name is Pyle, and today I'm sharing with you the one technique that changed my manifestation journey. It is a technique that I have never actually seen explained anywhere else, so I feel like I have finally understood how to explain it in simple terms, and I really feel like this technique and this strategy, so to speak, and this approach to manifestation is what helped me manifest every single thing in my life. I'm not sure about you, but I have taken so many manifestation programs and courses, and I've been practicing and learning about manifestation since I was 12 years old, so way over half my life at this point. And I really think that all of these concepts, right? Set your intentions, get clear, visualize, act as if, get into the receiving mode. I think all of these are amazing concepts, but it's really hard to understand, especially when you have a lot of emotional drive behind a certain manifestation, how to actually do that. How do I actually live that? How do I actually integrate that into my life? I think that is such a huge missing piece because I have taken and tested out really, really affordable courses, and I've taken and tested out very expensive courses. I've done coaching, and it is all saying the same thing. Even what I'm saying is the same thing, except I did create something new that kind of, I feel like, bridges the gap between everything I'm talking about. I have made like a manual, so to speak. It's called the Step-by-Step Guide to Manifesting as a Lifestyle, because I wanted to give you a step-by-step guide. It is laid out. Every single concept comes with an action item. It comes with, how do I actually put this into practice? How do I embody this in my daily life? And as I'm saying this, I want you to know that there is no perfect way to manifest. It's going to be different for every manifestation because our energy is constantly shifting. But the one thing that is consistent is your daily life. And I think by pairing manifestation with your lifestyle, with the things that you're already doing, by integrating it into your daily life, what if manifestation was just something that you did? What if manifestation was just something that naturally occurred just because of the way you're living? And as a byproduct, your biggest desires still showed up in your life. Instead of manifestation having the concept of every morning, wake up, write your affirmations down for 5 minutes and meditate for 15 minutes, which is not bad. Like, that is beautiful as well. However, what if instead of that, as you're cooking, you're calling in your soulmate. As you are picking up groceries, you are manifesting more money. As you are washing your face before bed, you were calling in a new career opportunity. What if that was how manifestation worked? Rather than you having to force yourself to sit and practice, what if it was something that you can just blend seamlessly into your life, into things that you're already doing? Because ultimately, we are all running out of time in our day. We have more than enough things on our to-do list. So adding meditation and manifestation rituals and all of these things into our day can feel really difficult, can feel very unattainable. Now, what if you could do that effortlessly? What if your manifestation journey was effortless and eventually maybe you do have time to sit and meditate and you do have time to sit and do a guided visualization? But as you're starting out, as you are working towards and allowing yourself to receive some of your bigger manifestations, what if it was easy enough to just live your life and still manifest? What if it was easy enough to just go about your day, manifest as a byproduct, and feel good while doing it, rather than constantly feeling like you're looking and wondering if your hard work is paying off? That is what I'm calling manifestation as a lifestyle. The techniques, the concepts are not revolutionary in my opinion. I think I've seen them and heard them from thousands of other spiritual teachers and coaches, and those are not revolutionary. I think what is revolutionary, though, is the way we're putting it into practice, the way you're blending it into your daily life, the way you are seamlessly allowing yourself to be good at manifesting just because you exist, really embodying that fundamental. And so I am so excited because I think that is how I've always approached manifestation, because that's how I always understood it. However, once I started teaching about it, I realized that a lot of people feel like it has to be completely separate from their life. It has to be a separate part of them, a separate aspect of them. And so that's where I started to create this technique. But for me, every single thing that is manifested, it's because as I'm brushing my hair, I'm imagining different things showing up into my life. As I open my laptop, I imagine opportunities flowing into me. And it is the power of imagination, but it's also the power of being able to self-diagnose, understand your beliefs, reprogram the beliefs that aren't serving you. So there are tons of nuances to this work. However, it is actually so powerful and it is so simple once you can grasp it. I think it's very overwhelming to understand it and see how it kind of fits into your daily life. But once it does, it's going to feel like second nature. So to be clear, the one technique that I'm talking about that I really, really think helped me manifest every single thing into my life is manifesting as my lifestyle. I do not see manifestation as a separate project. I don't see it as part of my morning routine. I see it as a constant. And I think embodying and honoring that manifestation is a constant practice. It is a law. It is occurring in responses to different spiritual laws. By acknowledging and honoring the inevitability and the limitlessness of that and integrating it into your life, I believe we become even better receivers and we're able to allow our manifestations to actually show up. One thing about manifesting as a lifestyle that I think is such a key differentiator is I'm not asking you to only focus on your manifestation. I'm not asking you to only focus on your end result. Set your intentions, know what you want, but actually your day-to-day life isn't focused on that big picture. It's focused on how am I feeling in this moment? What am I working on in this moment? It's a moment by moment experience. It's a moment by moment technique rather than feeling like you're sending all of this energy towards one manifestation at a time. It actually is something that can be, you can think about money in the morning and then you think about your romantic relationship in the afternoon. It goes with the flow of your thoughts. It goes with your streams of consciousness rather than being far too rigid. It flows with you. It flows with you as you're going through your life. So manifestation as a lifestyle is something that is so important to me. And it took me a solid year to really accept that that is something that's new. That is something that people don't explain it in that way. That is something that has and was the reason for me manifesting so much. The reason this whole concept started actually coming about is because I have been manifesting since I was 12 years old. And I've been teaching manifestation for 4 years now. Actually, maybe 5. I don't know, 4 or 5 years. And I keep noticing that there is still a disconnect between teaching the concepts, understanding the concepts, and then applying them and embodying them. And I noticed, and I'm well aware now, that I can't force someone to practice. I can't force someone to sit and write their affirmations. I can't force those actions upon anybody. Like if I could, I would literally manifest for you. I wish I could. My dream is for manifestation for every single thing that you're manifesting to come into your life so easily, so quickly, so enjoyably. Like that is my dream. That is my vision. That makes me so happy because I know it's possible. And I genuinely, if I could do it for every single person, I would. But I'm honestly focused on myself because I can't always manifest for myself either. And that is my journey and my work in progress. But when I started understanding that that is the gap, that it's hard for people, including myself, to practice. And I started understanding, what am I actually doing? And I really started to reflect and notice, what am I doing that actually contributes to my manifestation? Because I do not write down my affirmations every single day. I'll go months without doing it sometimes. I do not sit in meditation every single day. I'm actually not the best meditator, and I'm working on that because it's something I'm really drawn to now. But in order for me to receive so many of my manifestations, meditation was not part of my life in the traditional sense. So I started to really look and reflect on what was it that actually worked for me. I cut out the noise. I went more into quiet, reflective mode. And I basically wanted to give you a tangible, applicable way and kind of cut out all the excuses. Hi, beautiful friend. I hope you're enjoying this episode. I wanted to hit pause for 15 seconds and share with you about my spiritual membership I created to help you raise your vibration and manifest with ease. I created Affirm It so you can have access to all, and I really mean all, of the spiritual tools you need to step into your higher self and watch your dreams manifest with ease. If you're really ready to dive into your spirituality and connect with your highest self, I invite you to join the Affirm It membership. More details are in the show notes if you're interested. And now let's jump back in. So manifestation as a lifestyle isn't something that you can ever avoid because you are living your life. You are here. You are going through your day. So my thought was, how do I teach you how to incorporate manifestation into your day to the point where it feels so easy and effortless that your desires show up effortlessly. Your desires show up just because you know they will, because you trust that the way you live your lifestyle is contributing to your journey and it is making you a better person. And another reason for this guide and kind of mapping everything out in paper is because I wanted you to be able to have like a tangible copy of it if you want. You don't have to, but also because it is such a mind game. Our brains, our egos, we love knowing that we are taking action in order to receive a result. Is that true? No, you do not need to always take action in the traditional sense in order to receive something. But physical shifts are required. So this was a really good happy medium where I create action plans and action items for every single area, every single concept, every single common manifestation there is, so that no matter what stage of life you're in, no matter what part of the manifestation journey on, you have an action that you can do. Because one of the biggest things I hear is, I feel like I'm not doing enough. I feel like I'm not practicing enough. And it's probably true. But I want to take out all those excuses because it's so much simpler than we realize. And I want you to see physically and kind of written out how simple it really can be to give yourself permission to manifest as a lifestyle. I did not mean for this to become a whole rant about the guide. I'm genuinely just so excited about this. But I hope that as I've been explaining this guide, you're also understanding the technique, what manifestation as a lifestyle really means. And if you are interested in the guide, I will share a link in the show notes to where you can buy it. It's a one-time purchase. You'll have lifetime access to any and all updates as well. And you'll receive it instantly. So it's something that I wanted to make affordable. I wanted to make it easy. I wanted it to be a non-resistant purchase. because I really feel like I understand my audience and you and my community so well, because I feel like me and you are kind of the same. I feel like I was exactly where you were at one point, and in some ways we're still on the same page and in the same exact position. And I wanted to honor that. I don't want manifestation to feel like it's some extravagant thing. I want it to feel normal for you. And I want you to know and feel and experience how good it can be, because you're allowed to have it so good. You're allowed to live a life that is actually better than your dreams. You're allowed to be waking up and feeling excited that, oh my God, this is my life. I think that we're all worthy of that. I think that's everybody's purpose, is to learn how to show up as the truest and most authentic versions of themselves, to receive the truest and most authentic manifestations as well. So this is a topic I have never spoken freely about. And I feel like that's obvious because I am rambling like no other. I'm not going towards my notes at all. So sorry, some of the highlights on this show note are kind of inaccurate, but I really think that this technique is better than others because it actually shows you the how. I created this with such an intention that any excuse you have, I can negate it. I can object it, and you have a response and a physical tool and a physical concept that you can apply that negates any excuse, any resistance, and any kind of concern that you have. I have made the guide in such a way that there is literally no excuses. There's no chance that this cannot help you. And it takes a lot of surrendering. There is deep work involved, but that deep work is very integrated into your daily life. And I teach you how to look at manifestation through the lens of different aspects of yourself. So it is so magical. As I was making it, I did go through my own journey. And by the end of it, I did have a huge manifestation happen overnight, which I will share in a separate episode. But literally for me, going through this guide, I spent 1 year worrying about a certain manifestation, and it happened overnight the day I kind of started to complete this guide. So I went through this myself. It has worked for me time and time again, but even today, even after I've manifested everything, quote unquote, I'm showing air quotes, even though I've manifested everything, all those big things, right? Like my soulmate, my dream home, my dream career, my dream business, dream car, all of that has manifested, and this still worked for me, and I still am able to manifest with this. So there's a lot of power, there's a lot of love, there's a lot of energy packed into this, and I hope you check it out. I hope you explore it, and I really, really hope it serves you. If you have any questions along the way as you kind of purchase the guide, feel free to DM me. However, the guide, one big thing I try and teach you is how to trust yourself. And it's something I didn't realize that most of us were missing on the manifestation journey was self-trust. I didn't realize that until recently, when I was blatantly trying to not trust myself in so many different ways. So I hope that this guide serves you well. Once again, it's in the show notes. It's called The Step-by-Step Guide to Manifesting as a Lifestyle. And it feels like that missing piece. I've created tons of products before, but this feels like the culmination of everything that I've wanted to share and explain with no filters, and in a way that actually makes a difference and serves you. So I'm so excited to see your results. I'm recording this a few weeks before the guide is actually live, so I have no idea how it's going to resonate, but I have a good feeling about this. So I love you. I really, really hope this episode still inspired you, even though I was just telling you about how excited I am for this offering I've made. But I still hope it resonated and sparked some sort of curiosity as to what manifestation as lifestyle is. I will see you in the next episode, and thank you for being here. Bye. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for listening, and I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If this episode resonated with you, it would mean the world to me if you could rate and review the podcast and share it on your social media, so I know to keep creating episodes that are inspiring you to manifest. I'm so genuinely grateful for the time we shared today, and I'd love for you to join the community by following @Affirmation Addict on Instagram. To continue diving into spirituality and manifestation, head over to my website, affirmation-addict.com. Until next time, I'm sending you so much love and so much healing energy.